2 words, Revo Fitness. Here's a few more. Simple, 24/7, Reformer Pilates, body scanners, massage chairs, squat racks, free weights, pin and plate loaded equipment, no lock-in contracts, no bullshit. All of that and more from just $9.69 a week. That's surprisingly affordable. Join now at Revo Fitness Mount Hawthorn or download the Revo Fitness app. RevoFitness.com.au or find the Revo Fitness app in the App Store.
The Gina and Matty podcast.
This Saturday, up the M1 in Newcastle at the old Savoy Theatre, old mate of mine, Tim Ross, is taking his show with his mate Kit Warhurst on the road and performing Motel. I guarantee you will love it. And he joins us on the line to have a chat about it. Hello, mate.
Good morning, everyone.
G'day, Rosso.
I've got a bit of a wonky voice, but my voice is breaking.
Mate, what's going on? You finally hit puberty.
Well, no. Yeah, no, I have. I apologise. That wasn't very professional of me. It's normally my son's thing to have a bit of a walk. What are you doing? Stop it, Dad.
Is he?
Bit of that going on in my house.
Is he testy popping now? Is he?
Yeah, it's no, it's a curious thing. He's still okay. It's not really fair for me to talk about him on the radio, but I will. He's turning 14, and he's a 14-year-old boy, and he's he can get a bit emotional.
Yeah, my voice broke the other day when I was doing some stuff on the ground, ground announcing, and I was just, come on, make some noise! And it just lost, and I was like, oh my God, in front of 17,000 people, my voice just completely shot itself. It is not great. Mate, back on the road, doing the Motel show. We'll get to that in a sec.
Oh, yes, Rosso, before we are busting to hear about your hilarious show, but before we do, oh my God, Matty talks up, when I was working with Rosso, I did this and I did that, and we don't know if he's making it up, because he thinks we could never find out, but we've got you on the phone now. So can you tell me a few things? Is it true that you guys caught a helicopter to a restaurant for a team lunch and then you couldn't have a Christmas party?
Yeah, that's actually true. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So do you want the full story?
Yeah.
Because okay. So what happened was...
See, I told you I was telling the truth.
was that something happened, and they ended up giving the breakfast show in Sydney a sizable entertainment budget, needless to say. And so that was so we could go out and take the team out for lunch when we went to number one, which happened quite a bit. But what we didn't know at the time was, in order to give us a bigger entertainment budget, they just took half of the station's budget away for entertainment.
No.
So we was like, we've got all this money, and one day we wanted to go to the Blue Mountains. So I thought, why would you drive when you could get a helicopter? And so we got the helicopter and then the limousine back. And then that year, everyone's standing around in this really crappy boat shed drinking cask wine, going, we've had a really successful year on the radio station. Why are we having the world's worst Christmas party?
And we're just standing around
went on the chopper.
telling stories about the chopper ride. Oh, you guys didn't get in the chopper? Oh, that was just us.
That story has gone everywhere. I saw someone asked Merrick about it on a podcast recently. I saw it on Instagram, and I just thought, this is so funny because it's evolving in all sorts of ways.
Yeah.
But there's just something about getting a chopper to go to a restaurant. It's like suddenly that was the glory days of show business.
Hey, and Rosso, this one can't possibly be true then. Matty told us that you lifted the person who was playing R2-D2 onto a chair to interview them because they're a little bit height challenged. You wouldn't be able to do that. That's not true, right?
That is true. Actually, I couldn't lift him. I was so we had to get the big guy, Captain SAS, to come and lift up Kenny Baker.
Oh no!
Because if you get someone who is that size and you've got a stand-up studio, everyone's like, how's Kenny going to talk into the microphone? And then I went to lift him up like, I don't know, I didn't like he'd lift up my son. And he went, no, pick me up by the elbows, and I couldn't do it. So Merrick had to come and lift up R2-D2 and put him on the chair.
It's terrible.
Can I, do you know, I will tell you this one that Matty likes. I'm sure he's told you a million times. Was it Kelly Rowland that you thought you were having eye contact with over the
Well,
back in the day? Was it Kelly Rowland?
the one you like to talk about is Mandy Moore. It was when Mandy Moore came in. Kelly Rowland did actually. She was like, "Oh, Dimple Guy's really cute." So that's
right. I remember that.
That's a true story. But I thought Mandy Moore was giving me eyes across the desk.
Yeah. She could have. It was, yeah. And, like you were the best looking person in the room most days, and certainly the youngest.
It definitely wasn't happening, that's for sure.
But what? But I remember when we had Pamela Anderson.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Oh.
And this was in Pammy's. You know how she's very healthy and
won't wear makeup and stuff.
Don't wear makeup,
Yeah.
and she's very pure. She wasn't then, and no, and so it was. You were very keen to have a photo with her, but she was a bit Tommy-fied. I would describe her. Is that a bad thing to say?
No, not at all. Because I've got a photo somewhere of me doing a big embrace. Pamela Anderson and I hugging. She's giving me like a full bear hug squeeze.
Oh.
And just off to the left in the photo is Rosso just standing back, pulling the face like, "Oh, mate, wouldn't be going that close." It's one of my favourite photos of all time. The look on Rosso's face is like, "Geez, dude, you're going to need a few showers after that."
Oh my God.
I mean, I don't want to get into some content that perhaps doesn't work for you, but I don't think you were there, Matty. But we did a trip to America, and the idea was that we would go and we would interview all these famous people, and then we're in Los Angeles, and it didn't really come about. And then so there was a couple of adult stars that somehow had come into our horizon, into our orbit, and they came in and we interviewed them in our hotel room, and they came in and they were big and large breasts, and just before they started, we were filming it as well. They said, "Hang on a second, we'll be back in a second," and they went and took their underwear off before the interview started, and I still to this day I don't really know what they expected to happen next.
They do a Sharon Stone on you?
Yeah, it was very weird. They were nice enough, but
I missed that one. Missed that one. I was back pressing the buttons in the studio, clearly, and you were pressing. Yeah, anyway, hey mate, let's talk about Motel this Saturday night.
We're having a good time.
I know, but I want to sell you some tickets, mate. I want to get
Thank you, appreciate it.
Yeah, no, sell out the Savoy Theatre. It looks absolutely beautiful, mate. You're doing it in great venues. What is Motel all about? Yeah,
this is a nostalgic romp through Australian holidays of the past. And the way I always say is if you've ever been in the back seat of the car on a 40-degree day without air conditioning and you're stuck to a vinyl seat, this is the show for you. Basically, we're looking at, it really is a nostalgic rump where we just go through our memories and through song and stories of great Australian holidays of the past, and whether it's checking into a motel or getting that breakfast magically appearing through that little door.
Oh, I forgot about those
tray.
little doors. Yeah. You couldn't do that these days.
No, it doesn't happen anymore. I did hear a story from this gentleman who told me that he was on his honeymoon in Albany in Western Australia, and there was a very, 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 very friendly motel operator. Classic, it was, "Oh, here's your milk," long socks, shorts, the whole lot. And he opened up the door, and it was the day after their wedding night, and he opened up the door and put the tray through, and he put his head in with the tray just to see whether they were okay, and they were having honeymoon time,
They were more than okay.
So there's the guy with his moustache over the eggs looking straight in.
Oh, mate, well, you know what? I reckon everyone should get around it. Go see it. You and Kit, you're doing some songs as well?
Doing some songs, telling some stories. We've just come back from Adelaide, another sold-out season. It's like this show, people just love it. It's so much fun. If you're over a certain age, like 30 or something, it really does resonate. If you're over, under 30 and you're coming along, you really have done something wrong to your parents and they're dragging you along, or maybe you're on home detention. I don't know, but it's a good laugh. It's super fun. Come along. You won't regret
awesome.
It. Beautiful. Tickets from modernistabooks.com or just Google Rosso Motel Newcastle and you can find your tickets that way as well. But you could have a great show, mate, and we'll catch up soon.
Good on you guys. Thanks for your support.
The Gina and Matty Podcast.
For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.
2 words, Revo Fitness. Here's a few more. Simple, 24/7, Reformer Pilates, body scanners, massage chairs, squat racks, free weights, pin and plate loaded equipment, no lock-in contracts, no bullshit. All of that and more from just $9.69 a week. That's surprisingly affordable. Join now at Revo Fitness Mount Hawthorn or download the Revo Fitness app. RevoFitness.com.au or find the Revo Fitness app in the App Store.